Hey everyone, and welcome back to video 2 of my complete collection. This is the One Shelf at a Time 2019 complete Blu-ray collection, and we're on to part 2. Let's get straight to it. Okay, so kicking things off again, we're still on the A's. So here we've got the Amityville Horror. This, of course, is the original 1979 horror film. This is the Steelbook edition from Second Sight. This one, of course, famous for starring Thanos' dad, or James Brolin. Next up, we've got the Anchorman box set. So I'm sure everyone's familiar with these films. Got Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, and then Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues. I am partial to Will Ferrell comedy, so I do enjoy these. Here we've got the Andromeda Strain. This is a recent pickup from the buy one get one free HMV sale on Arrow titles at the moment. Here we've got another Arrow title, although I've owned this one for considerably longer. This, of course, is Animal Factory with Willem Dafoe and Edward Furlong. So here we've got the excellent Annihilation. Picked this one up before it was released in the UK, so this is the US edition. Still came with the slipcover though, which is pretty neat. This is it may still be available on Netflix, but it's a bloody great film. You should check it out. Here we've got Ant-Man and its direct sequel, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Throughout these videos, you'll see pretty much all the Marvel films. I think I've got certainly all the MCU films anyway. Although I tend to buy them when they come out, so they started doing slipcovers recently. So as you can see, the second one's got the slip and the first hasn't. But to be honest, it doesn't make that much difference to me anyway. I do like these films. They're pretty good, quite funny. Maybe not the strongest, although Ant-Man is pretty good. Good stuff. So here we've got the excellent Arrow Academy release of The Apartment. So this release of possibly Billy Wilder's best film, possibly. Anyway, it's an excellent edition from Arrow Academy. As you can see, you've got the hardbound book with loads of sort of different production notes in it, and the excellent looking film, of course. Next up, we've got another classic, Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now. This, like most editions that are available, contains all the different cuts of the film. This is a Steelbook edition. I believe it's a Zavvi exclusive one. Don't quote me on that. But it's a really nice looking version of the film anyway. Next up, we've got Mel Gibson's Apocalypto. This next one is a very recent pickup. It's called Arctic. Here we've got the cheesy classic from the 90s, Armageddon. Another Disney classic, the Aristocats. This is really my wife's, I promise. A brilliant film from Denis Villeneuve. This is Arrival. So next up are 3 box sets which I absolutely love. They're the anniversary collections from Artificial Eye. So this here is volume 1. This is the contemporary British cinema release. So as you can see, they've all got 4 films in them. This one contains 45 Years, The Deep Blue Sea, and no, that's not the Samuel L. Jackson one. We Need to Talk About Kevin and Fish Tank. So the volume 2 box set is the Palme d'Or winners. So what we've got is 4 months, 3 weeks and 2 days, which is a Romanian film. Blue is the Warmest Colour, which is French. The Class, which is also French. And then on the end there, we've got The White Ribbon, which is German. And finally, volume 3 in these editions is the Oscar winners set, the foreign language Oscar winners this is. So on the left we've got A Separation, which is an Iranian film, The Great Beauty, which is Italian, Ida, which is Polish, and then on the end again we've got Amor, which is a French film. Moving on then, next up we've got Artificial Intelligence, the Steven Spielberg film based on the Kubrick screenplay. Here we've got As Above, So Below. So next up is an absolutely classic Polish film called Ashes and Diamonds. As you can see, this is an Arrow Academy release. This is going back some time now. It's one of their early releases. You can still, it's got the sort of window box format that they used to do a long time ago. Absolutely phenomenal film. Here we've got John Carpenter's 70s classic Assault on Precinct 13. This is like the special edition version that comes in the card slipcase. It's got the soundtrack in as well. Next up, we've got a film called Assembly. This is a Chinese war film from the director Feng Xiaogang, who directed the film I spoke about in the last video called Aftershock. So yeah, it's the same director. This is an excellent war film, I thought. As you can see near the top, it says like sequences to sort of rival Saving Private Ryan. Really, what it's about is the captain who has survivor's guilt, and he wants to clear the names of the men who perished under his command. It's well worth seeing, though. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Here we've got another recent edition. This is a Korean release of a Korean film called Asura, the City of Madness. Next up is Atomic Blonde. Here we've got Attack the Block. I must pick up Joe Cornish's new film, The Kid Who Would Be King. Here we've got the Arrow Steelbook release of Takashi Miike's Audition. This is probably one of Miike's best films. It's not my personal favourite of his. I love this film of how it just sort of bounces from genre to genre and changes its tone so much. It's got a brutal ending, but it's well worth seeing. Here we've got all three Austin Powers films, the original International Man of Mystery, The Spy Who Shagged Me, and Goldmember. Here we've got Automata with Antonio Banderas in. Yeah, I didn't mind this film, although it was a bit of a sort of like Blade Runner knockoff. Here we've got The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Watched this one a while back. I do like horror films, so I did enjoy this, although I thought the ending could have been better. Next up, we've got Avatar. This is the collector's edition because it's got the extended cut in it. I don't think it's got the 3D version in this, but I don't have a 3D TV anyway, so that doesn't really bother me too much. Yeah, I believe it's still the most financially successful film of all time because I don't think Endgame has quite got there yet, but you never know. With re-releases, it may still get there. Speaking of the Avengers, of course, I've got all three films that have been released so far. So you got the original The Avengers, or as we in the UK got released as Avengers Assemble. Just to differentiate from that 60s TV show, The Avengers, which is also excellent because, otherwise we might not be able to tell the difference. Anyway, moving on. Obviously, the sequel, Age of Ultron, and, of course, Infinity War. I must say, I do love these films. I'll definitely be picking up Endgame when it gets released. Getting towards the end of this shelf here now, we've got Babel from the director Alejandro González Iñárritu. Okay, so Babel was the first of the B titles, but the end of this shelf, we're going to finish on Baby Driver, the excellent 2017 film from Edgar Wright. Okay, so that about wraps things up for the second shelf. So join me soon for shelf number 3. I will try to get that filmed as quick as possible and keep rolling these videos out because there's quite a few shelves to go through. Anyway, I hope you had fun. Thanks for watching and have a great day.